Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to
The Real Movie Critics. Yeah, why are you introducing the show? You just jumped in there.
look, I did just jump in. I just wanted to see your face, but I figured you needed a good strong intro to this episode.
Wow. So you're saying that my intros are not.
Are you saying I can't do it better than you? I didn't say that. I didn't say that at all.
I'll say that I can do a better job than you, but
oh my god, this is the greatest podcast ever.
No, ladies and gentlemen, this is The Real Movie Critics, the podcast about movies by real fans because we don't like them fake ass. I'm still looking for a tagline, and I need to.
I gave you the perfect tagline. I don't remember it, but I gave you the.
I need to go back and figure that out. But this particular week, we're going to continue the theme of horror movies that I've never seen, and we're going with Trick or Treat. But before we talk about Trick or Treat and all the fun stuff,
hold on though.
Oh yes,
hold on though, because there's so people aren't confused. We're talking about Trick or Treat, not Trick.
You know what? That is valid because I was looking up information. There's like a movie came out in '86.
Yep.
And this other, I'm like, the fuck? Okay.
Yeah, that one's on a whole different
wavelength.
Yeah.
There. Okay. But before we talk about Trick or Treat, let me introduce these putzes here. First off, the creator of the Repeat Movie Viewer and the Psycho Nerd podcast, the Psycho Nerd. He doesn't get the booze on this podcast. He should be thankful for that.
What? I don't get any bats flapping around or nothing like that?
Yeah, whatever.
No girls screaming?
And I am actually honored now because not only do I have one of my very best friends on the show, but I have now a paid voice actor on the show. He's not getting paid for this one.
Damn it.
He's getting paid in my loyalty and respect, and that's worth more than money. So that being said, that is my co-art, my commentary partner, Mr. Lord Scuba, the man of a million names.
And a million voices now, I guess you could say too.
Yeah.
I don't know about a million, but I got one good one that, got me some money.
Hey, I'm a frog with wisdom. As soon as I heard your voice, I'm like, dude,
total wisdom.
That is total Scuba right there. I knew it was you. That being said, again, continuing the Halloween tradition. Halloween is next weekend, next Friday. But we will be talking about Trick or Treat, which was released in limited release. I didn't know this on December 9th of 2007, directed by Michael Dougherty and starring Quinn Lord as Peeping Tommy or Sam. Didn't really see his face in this movie, which is cool, I guess.
You get a good shot of what he looks like underneath.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I must have not been paying attention or just didn't see it.
You clearly fell asleep because it's very, it happens during the Brian Cox sequence.
Yep.
Anna Paquin as Lori. Anna Paquin was fucking hot in this movie, by the way.
It was the Little Red Riding Hood outfit.
It had to have been. Yeah.
And they all were, though. Every single one of those werewolf women.
Yeah, they were
all sexy. Yeah.
Dylan Baker as Steven, Leslie Bibb as Emma. I think she was the Drew Barrymore of this particular franchise because she was gone fairly quickly. So.
Yeah. Exactly. That was that open that you get in every damn, horror movie that you could ever think of where it starts off and it's just from there.
Yeah.
But
awesome.
Honestly, do we feel bad for her at all? She was kind of a turd.
She's kind of a bitch.
Who puts up their Halloween decorations on Halloween night? Who the fuck does that?
I got a better question. Who even puts out decorations on Halloween?
See, and that's why when Sam comes and fucking destroys your ass, I'm not going to be surprised. I've had my shit out since October 1st. Actually, before that.
Of course. Brian Cox plays Mr. Craig. And then Brett Kelly as Charlie. This movie starts off, right away. Freaking Leslie Bibb is being a bit. I'm sorry. We'll use her non-government name, Emma. Just being a bitch, like, just take down the decorations, go watch your movie. And then the husband goes inside, is watching a porn, doing his thing. And then Emma just gets scared, and we don't see her again until, I don't know, a couple hours later. The husband's passed out. Oh, shit. That is just scary. For those of you that are listening to the audio, Scuba has a little doll of the little...
His name's Sam.
Name is Sam. Just creepy as fuck, you know.
I actually have the full-size animatronic in my living room also.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I need to see
why am I
that.
not surprised by that?
I will say one thing about that opening sequence with the husband falling asleep and watching the porno. I took my son to watch this last week, and I forgot about that. I forgot. My son is 12 years old. Just to give you some just insight on that.
Oh, come on. When we were 12, we saw plenty of boobies.
I know, but he hasn't really been exposed much, and I could see in my peripheral vision his reaction. For those of you that are watching the video, his reaction was this. And I can see him looking at me. I'm like, oops, I'm sorry. I forgot.
Daddy, what are those things on her chest?
Those are called boobies.
Those are called chesticles.
They're called chesticles, son. You'll learn one day. Husband comes out. The fucking wife is dead with a lollipop shoved in her mouth, and that pretty much just sets the tone for the movie. Mr. Craig is a dick. I want to point that out right away, but we'll get to the twist at the end later, but I kind of understand why he's a bit of a dick. And I didn't see that plot twist at the end either. I was like, oh, fuck. Okay.
I think one of my favorite characters. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say the guy, Charlie, the next door neighbor. Is that whole neighborhood just full of creepy fucking people?
The whole town is just filled with
creepy
fucked up people.
Yeah. I mean, I get people embracing Halloween. I totally get it. But the whole fucking town is like psychotic, and, you know, the kids are pulling pranks on these autistic, idiot savant, innocent girls, and, you know, it just...
That's because I liked Rhonda. Rhonda was cool.
Yeah, she was cool, and I had seen her. This was not the first time that I had seen that actress before. I used to watch a show called Dead Like Me on Showtime, and it was about this girl that dies. Well, then she becomes a reaper, and it's like a whole group, and it's basically like you have to earn your keep when you cross over. So like the big sister dies, and she plays the little sister. So I was like, oh, it was really cool seeing her. But in Dead Like Me, it felt like she was a lot older. And I didn't find out that she was, because this movie was filmed before she ever did Dead Like Me. I believe.
Okay. Yeah. We get Anna Paquin and her older sister and her friends are all hoochie mama'd up. They're dressing all slutty for Halloween. They're trying to get laid, or so we think.
Yeah, so we think.
Yeah, they end up leaving her behind to find somebody. They go to some park, like the same park from Dazed and Confused, just out boozing it up and all that good shit. And then we cut to the fat kid from Bad Santa, just knocking pumpkins over, just being a little shit. And then it was Charlie, I believe, the next door neighbor, who was like, you know, catches him grabbing a whole bunch of candy out of his little thing, talking about traditions for Halloween.
No, that was the principal. That was the actual principal.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah. That was Charlie. Right?
Oh, is that his name?
His name is Steven.
Steven, my bad.
Steven. Who's also in the original Raimi Spider-Man trilogy.
Yeah.
He played Dr. Carter.
Connors, yep.
Connors, yeah. I thought it was familiar. Now it makes sense. But he's telling the little fat kid, you know, there's rules to Halloween that you got to follow, including, and that's when the kid starts to do that.
Yeah, and then he fucking starts vomiting like Willy Wonka amounts of chocolate out of his mouth.
Yeah, it was fucking disgusting. And y'all had warned me last week that he gets his just dues, and I'm like, well, it better be fucking good. And what better way to kill a fat kid than with chocolate? I can't think of a better way. I mean, the only thing different is he didn't fall into a river of chocolate and go up to the marshmallow room. So
that's absurd, unthinkable. Why?
But yeah, he does get. I feel like he kind of gets the worst of it.
Yeah, kind of.
Because not only is he drugged, because I assume that the chocolate didn't kill him. I feel like it just knocked him out. But then you know that they cut him the fuck up because we see him as the jack-o'-lantern, which I think was one of the most fucked ones in this movie because you killed a child, literally a child that we all loved in Bad Santa, because I saw him in Bad Santa before I ever saw him in this. And so for me, I was like, whoa, what the hell is going on? Like, what is this movie going to be?
The scene that got me was he's standing behind his son doing the jack after he buries the bodies, and we see Mr. Craig yelling, and we get that perspective again later. And Steven's bitching about, why are we doing this? Why isn't mommy still alive? Like, it feels like he wants to kill his own child. And I got that vibe almost immediately. So when he's standing behind his son, he grabs his head, and I'm like, dude, this better be like episode 3 where we don't see Anakin kill all the fucking younglings. I'm okay not seeing it. And then he reaches back, and then he pulls the knife out, and there's a little bit of blood in the tip. And the kid is still talking, and I'm like, what the fuck? And then we see the other kids sever head, and I went, I fucking forgot about him. Shit.
Yeah.
Sadistic as fuck.
Very sadistic. And it goes even further than just him being a child killer, because we do see him later on, which I love the way that this anthology movie works. In a lot of anthology films, everything's broken off into their own segments that really don't tie in. And I feel like that is a strong suit for this movie, is the fact that every single story in here ties in. Because we see the opening sequence from a different perspective later on in the film. We also, everything comes full circle in this film, and I absolutely love that.
It felt like a Tarantino movie at points. I'm like, shouldn't this be here? Maybe I should be high. I don't know. But now that we're talking about it, that makes more sense. That actually gives me a better perspective on the movie, because I was just sitting there going, why not just do them in order? But it tells a better story that way. And I totally get that.
And that's what's cool about it, is that it's a little bit different. It's separated from a lot of other anthologies I've ever seen because of the fact that it's not just a linear, here's one story, here's another story, here's another story. It's just like, okay, we're kind of bouncing around here. But when you watch it on the second viewing, it's much more entertaining, because then you get to go back and see all the little things you probably didn't catch the first time because you didn't know. So
we do see some creepy dude in a Phantom of the Opera type of mask, and he kills this girl in the middle of a fucking alley.
He's a vampire. He's a vampire.
He's a vampire. He fucks her up, leaves her be, and then we get I don't remember her fucking name, but that little blonde girl pissed me off to no end. They want to fuck with the brunette girl, who is just obviously just different than everybody else, and we get the story of the kids on the short bus, eight of them total. And one day, instead of going left, he goes right.
Oh, the blonde girl is the one from the show Dead Like Me, not the main actress. Not the main girl, the idiot savant, not her. Yeah, the blonde girl is the one from Dead Like Me.
Okay, fair.
Yeah, just want to clarify that before anybody starts bitching at me.
Oh, okay.
No, you're fine. I'm sure people in the comments will.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying
you're wrong. You're wrong.
You don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, we might get trolled by that Jago guy on one of the shorts. I'm sure you saw that, Scuba.
I did not.
He had a guy that trolled one of the shorts. He was on this particular podcast. He was like, I don't get it, man. People just do a podcast about whatever. You've been trolled by Jago, or you've been roasted by Jago. And I was like, okay, delete.
Yeah, no, I didn't see that.
I have the power to delete your comment. Fuck you. But apparently there was I think there was 8 kids, and they were special needs, or there was something different about them, but they were all like handcuffed and chained to the seats, which is weird. But then this was 30 years ago in 2007, so that'd have been in the 70s. So that probably fits. Sad to say, but it probably did.
Yeah, it really is sad.
And the parents paid the guy out, the driver off, to just get rid of the kids. So they take him to the quarry. And one of the kids, dressed as Dracula, is just talking to himself. He's able to find a way out of his restraints. They end up putting the fucking bus into the quarry anyway. But we see the bus driver is the only one that... Oh, I can't say that.
That's
why I typed
it. Yeah, for those that don't know, Restream has a private chat. We can chat to each other privately through the power of DMs. And Scuba just put something in the chat that I cannot say this day and age.
None of us could say it in this day and age, but about 20 years ago, we could.
We'll just say it starts with an R, ends with a D, and it's really fucked up. Okay.
It's a word I use for dumb people nowadays, but
yeah.
The point.
It's a Black Eyed Peas song. There you go.
Yeah,
it's a Black Eyed Peas song. There you go. But the bus driver is the only one that survives, and thinking, okay, cool, that was a nice little story. But we have all these preteen kids that are supposedly paying tribute by throwing lit jack-o'-lanterns into the water to pay homage to him, but it ends up being a big trick by the blonde girl. She's like, we got you, talking to the idiot savant girl, and she's fucking wigging out. There was that one tween boy who, he's the good guy following the bad girl, which isn't the case as a teenage boy. I totally get that. I did that on more than one occasion when I was 12, 13 years old. Then we see these 8 bodies come out of nowhere. And the girl's already in the elevator to go back up, and they're like, it's not a joke, it's not a joke. And you see her hand with the key like she's about to open it, and she goes, nah, fuck that. Hits the button. She goes up. We don't see what happens to the other kids.
We can pretty much figure it out from the sound.
I like to hope the blonde girl got ripped and disemboweled, because
they all did. Every single one of them did.
I'm okay with it. And I'm okay with it. She was a fucking bitch.
Yeah.
There's another word I want to use, but I cannot use that word because it got me in trouble on the other. Huh?
Is it cunt?
Yeah, that's the one.
It got you in trouble on the other. I say it on the fucking Gormore podcast all the time.
Me and Psycho have a mutual friend who is into wrestling, and my buddy Charles said cunt like 4 times, at least 4 times in a 2-second span. And my friend was like, I can't believe it. I came to the show and you used the C word. All right,
so here's my thing with the word cunt, okay? I am an honorary Australian. My buddy Brody Kane is an Australian, okay? They use that word the way we use the word bitch or ass. It's just another bad word. It's not that bad.
The boys, and you'll understand that. Yeah.
So with being an honorary Australian, I freely say the word cunt all the damn time. Cunt.
And well, then we cut back to the town. Anna Paquin is still looking for some dude to hook up because she's a virgin.
Well, we think she's looking for somebody to hook up with.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Is like she's a virgin. I'm like, okay, cool. A girl that hot is still a virgin. How the fuck does that happen?
That's my question. How is it so difficult for Anna Paquin, looking all kinds of cute that she is in that outfit, to find somebody to hook up with? I call bullshit on that.
I feel because it's supposed to be her first time, she's being very selective. Because you have to remember, too, those aren't her friends. Those are her blood sisters.
Yeah.
They're all part of the same pack. Those are her sisters.
I love how you use the word pack. That's fucking brilliant. Right?
That's what it is. That's what they are. They're a pack.
Exactly what it is.
Yeah. And so I want to say I remember them even talking about their mom or something like that.
Yeah,
just briefly. They bring up the mom or whatever. And so Anna Paquin is out on the town looking for somebody to take to the Grove for her first time because there's a huge rager going on, and we get glimpses of the rager, and it looks freaking awesome with all these hot chicks all over the place.
Yep.
And I think this is the point where we see the vampire man that killed that woman start following her.
Yep. True.
And so we get this Little Red Riding Hood in the woods kind of feel to it, where it's like, oh shit, it's not a wolf, it's a vampire. Like, this is really fucking cool. Then we get to the Grove. And we see they start talking. She starts talking to her sisters. And then we fucking realize, holy shit, these aren't just hot bitches.
No.
They're fucking werewolves, because they don't just transform into werewolves the way we get in every single fucking movie. Their skin completely comes off. They are wearing skin suits, and it is probably one of the coolest transitions in a werewolf movie that I have ever seen since, oh dear God, what was the name of that damn werewolf movie from back in the damn 80s?
What, American Werewolf in London?
No. It kind of had the same concept. All I remember, I just found it on Tubi, I think. I don't remember the name of it. It's something company or something like that. I just remember on the cover, it had Little Red Riding Hood and then a guy with his mouth open and there's a wolf snout coming out of his mouth.
Weird.
I don't remember the name of the movie, but I just found it on Tubi and I want to watch it because me and my dad used to watch that movie all the time.
If you get the title, let me know. I wouldn't mind checking it out.
And apparently he bit her too, and the one of the girls walks over and she takes off because she's curious if he's a legit vampire or not, and she takes off the fake fangs. She goes, "Huh, not bad." She kind of, whatever.
So apparently the principal couldn't get enough just killing kids, so now he has to dress up as a vampire and try to bite these girls because that's who it's revealed to be. It was the fucking principal.
It was the creepy principal, and
it's like, do we feel sorry for him?
No, absolutely not.
I kind of envy him for a little bit because then Anna Paquin straddles him and gets on top of him, and then
I mean that's fair. That's fair.
What a price, though.
And then she says the same thing to him that he said to her when he bit her. It's like, "Oh my, what big eyes you have!" Like, "Oh, you fucking bitch!"
And she looks so fucking sexy there with the eyes.
Wow.
All right, I found it. I'm gonna share my screen real quick just so you can see the image of it.
The Company of Wolves.
Wow,
Never heard of it.
That's creepy looking.
Yeah, and like I don't remember anything of the movie. I just know it's like a fantasy horror. I don't remember much about it. I just remember the cover used to frighten me as a child. And I want to say that when they transition into the wolves, that's how it starts. The snout starts coming out of the mouth and they're like wearing like a skin suit.
Wow.
As opposed to like a full transition.
I love the tagline: the desire, the fantasy, the
nightmare.
Oh my. I'm thinking, okay, this movie's over. I clicked the remote to see how much time is left. There's like 20 minutes left. What the fuck else is there? We go back to Mr. Craig's house.
Yeah, Mr. Craig.
And Mr. Craig is scaring little kids, making them leave their candy. He's eating the candy. Then we've seen him throughout the movie, but we finally see Sam with, in my opinion, one of the coolest horror movie weapons I've ever seen. And this is
the candy bar, or
this, children, is why you shake your candy on Halloween, because you never know what you might find. There was a fucking straight razor inside of a fucking candy bar, and I'm like, dude, that and that sucker that he had half bitten, or two of the coolest weapons that I've ever seen in a horror movie. And he proceeds to chase Mr. Craig all around the house. You know, Mr. Craig's got a shotgun and shoots him a couple of times. You see like pumpkin guts popping out. I'm going, what?
I thought that was a nice touch.
Yeah.
And then all this shit goes down. He's breaking his arms. He's got glass. He went home alone on him and just put like candy all over the house, and he falls on it. There's candy corn and jawbreakers all over the stairs on the floor to get into his skin where he can't use the gun. And then finally they have I guess they have a moment. And then Sam just kind of leaves, I'm gone. Nice talking to you.
Well, he acts like he's going to stab him, but then he ends up stabbing a piece of candy, and he kind of just holds it like.
Well, because that's all he wanted.
Like,
he just wanted a piece of candy. He wanted his trick or treat.
He pulled an Art the Clown. He just wanted some fucking candy.
Yep.
And fucking Sam leaves out the back door. There's a knock on the door. And he's like, what the fuck? He opens the door. Those 8 dead bodies are standing in front of his house.
Because he was the bus driver.
It cuts to a photo of him de-aged as the bus driver with those 8 kids. And I'm like, dude, I did not see that plot twist coming.
See, and there's a couple of little notices along the way when you go back and rewatch it. After the bus driver is in the water, after the bus goes over the edge in the quarry, you hear him having that breathing problem, and you hear Brian Cox doing that the whole fucking time. And it's so quick that if you're not paying attention, you won't catch it. And during his initial scene, he's actually burning pictures. And if you really look at him, there are pictures of him being the bus driver. There were nods, but they weren't so obvious.
But why wait till then to do that? Why not do it right away? That made no sense to me.
That's a valid question, actually.
Yeah, 100%. And then there was the opening credits and the end credits. There was like this comic book type of opening and endings. I don't know. I guess this was a comic book at one point or something.
No, they did not bring out the graphic novel until after this movie, and it serves. I want to say it serves as a prequel. I believe I have it. I just don't remember what's in it. I don't remember if it's a prequel or a sequel, or if it's just everything that we saw in the movie, just in comic book form. I don't remember.
I might have to look for it.
Okay, cool.
I think it was like $20 on Amazon. I got the hardback. It was on sale.
Nice.
So
if you're gonna buy a book, that's the way to do it. Yeah, I mean, this movie wasn't very long. It's like an hour and 20 minutes, but it felt like it was longer at some points. I'm not gonna lie, some parts of this movie I was just like, what is the fucking point? And I'm weird. I wanna, like with Terrifier 2, I just want to know why this fucking dude is nuts, and I get it, he was brought back from the dead and all this stuff. But I would have liked to know why Sam is a child and why he's tormenting the neighborhood and following.
So you find that out. There is a prequel cartoon. It's an animated short. You find out that Sam is born every Halloween season.
Okay.
So at the end of Halloween night, what happens is he goes and he rots, and his little seedling buries into the ground until next year.
That's clever.
He is the embodiment. He is the spirit of Halloween. He is the Celtic spirit of Halloween. He is so the correct way to say it is Samhain, but everybody Samhain.
Yeah.
That is what Sam is. Sam is the embodiment of that character. If you think about it, it's like the ghost in the real Ghostbusters, the Samhain fucking ghost that had the pumpkin. Yeah, it's the same thing. Same entity.
Okay. Well, I mean, for the non-horror fan, it's like, I'm lost. I don't understand. Not that I want every horror character to have an origin story, but at least I want to understand why he's doing what he with Mike Myers. I get it. We didn't get that until we saw the Rob Zombie movie, the beginning of where his shit came from, where he became what he was. Of course, Jason Voorhees was bullied by the kids at the camp, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah. They threw him in the water and he drowned.
Yeah. So, with this one, I'm like, I don't know what until you said that. I had no clue.
So there are rules. Halloween. There are rules that you have to follow for Halloween. And Sam is the enforcer of those rules. You either follow them or
you die.
Bad shit happens. That's the reason we put out jack-o'-lanterns. Granted, it started as a turnip. It wasn't always a pumpkin. Yeah. But that's why we do that.
Well, think about it. In the opening of the film, he doesn't do anything to the blonde girl until after she puts out the light in the jack-o'-lantern.
Yeah, that's when it started. Was that?
And it was supposed to be there for protection, and she fucked it up.
Yep.
So
that's why the husband was safe inside because he didn't do anything. He was just like, I'm gonna go watch my porn.
Because he still had that childlike enthusiasm for Halloween. Yeah. And so that's why he was safe versus her, who wanted everything down because her mother was going to be there tomorrow.
It's like, it was Halloween yesterday, Mom. What do you expect? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
So I guess in the grand scheme of things, if we lived in this neighborhood, I would be fucked because I wouldn't put any decoration.
Yep. You would be fucked. You wouldn't if you didn't give out candy, anything like that.
Well, thank God I don't live in that neighborhood.
And I feel like the only thing that would have made this a little tighter is if the town that it took place in was like Salem or something.
But it was in Ohio somewhere.
Yeah.
So.
Which, I mean, it's still cool.
It's they had a nice little Halloween tradition thing going on, big ass party and whatnot.
That is the kind of Halloween I want. That's why I've always wanted to move to a small town that just enjoys the fuck out of Halloween, has a huge party like that. Everybody goes to the town square. It's a huge party for the adults and the kids. You know what I mean? That I feel like that is Halloween, and I love that shit.
I've never experienced it like that before.
You live in a small town.
No, you know what I mean. I mean
know what you mean.
a small town of a few hundred people.
Like Robstown.
Ew.
Ew.
No.
I want to live in Annabelle.
Why?
I know. I'm just kidding. Well, with all of that, the budget for this movie, and again, because there's more than one Trick or Treat movie that's been out and they're spelled differently or whatever, the budget for this particular movie was only $12 million, which is low. You know, that must have been all Anna Paquin's salary because at that time she had just finished the X-Men movies. By the way, this movie was produced.
So had Brian Cox, if you're going to bring that up.
Bryan Singer was the producer of this movie.
Yes, he was.
This is right before he did Superman Returns, as a matter of fact, because that didn't come out to what, 2008, I think, something
2006 or some shit. Maybe
I don't remember. I remember Marianne was little. I just remember. Unfortunately, the box office earnings were only 27,000, but that's because it was in limited release. Only certain cities had it, and it was more of a direct-to-DVD release. But the movie had built a cult following for the ones that did see it, and word of mouth, and social media was very, very young at the time, back when we were using MySpace and High Five, no Facebook yet. The movie got sent into streaming services and DVDs and all that stuff, so it became more of a cult classic, so to speak. With the Rotten Tomatoes scores, and this kind of shocked me because every horror movie that I've looked at, they've been kind of low, at least from the critics' point of view. The tomato meter, which is the critics again, was 81%. Now, with that being said, I'm thinking, oh fuck, the fans are not going to. Usually, it's one or the other. Either the critics like it or the fans like it. This is the rare opportunity where the popcorn meter on this one is 98%.
Yeah, it's a great fucking movie, man. The practical effects are amazing. The stories are amazing. Everything, the cinematography in this movie is fucking amazing.
It looks great.
Everything in this movie is great. The score, everything. The acting's superb. Everybody does their job perfectly. There's nothing to hate about this movie. The runtime is absolutely perfect for a horror movie.
I agree. And as we've talked about it here, my rating has jumped up a little bit because I had it kind of low because I'm not going to lie, I was kind of bored. But as we've talked about, I'm going, oh yeah, I remember that. Oh yeah. So my score has jumped up a couple of points since we started talking about 30 minutes ago. But we'll start with the Psycho. What out of 5 jack-o'-lanterns?
I was going to say broken
5 lollipops.
5 broken lollipops.
Yeah. What would you give it?
You know what? This movie, in my opinion, embodies the Halloween spirit almost perfectly, pretty much perfectly. As a nostalgia critic described it, it was pretty much straight up Halloween porn, and I completely agree with that comment.
Even though there is porn in the movie.
Yeah, that's beside the point. But you know what? This is a movie I literally watch every year around Halloween time. It's a never fail watch. It's a lot of fun. So I'm going to give it 5 broken lollipops.
All right, 5. Not surprised by that.
I mean, if I had one complaint about this movie over the years that has gotten better, is that the scene with Brian Cox, that scene in the beginning when I first started watching this, I found it to be a little bit slow, a little bit drawn out, a little bit boring. But I feel like the more I watch the movie, the more that complaint kind of just drains away.
Yeah.
So.
Scuba, what about you?
You're gonna 5. There's nothing that I hate about this movie.
Okay, I'm tallying up the total score because I have mine. Like I said, and again, I've never seen this movie. I'd heard of it, but I'd never seen it. There are parts of the movie that kind of drug on. It could have been a quicker pace, especially like the scene you say with Brian Cox. It could have been done differently or maybe a little bit more fast pace. I did like the 2 twists at the end where we find out Anna Paquin is actually a werewolf in a pack. And it's funny because the sister had said, oh, mom's always been worried she's been the run of the litter. And I just dismissed that as a line, like, whatever, but it makes sense now because there are werewolves. And then the fact that Mr. Craig was the bus driver who killed we think killed all the kids, and they come to his door going, where's my fucking candy? that being said, I'm going to give this movie a 4.5 out of 5. Like I said, there was a couple of spots where it was a little slow. Granted, there were parts I was on my phone. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I was like, this is kind of boring. I want to watch something else. Yeah, but I would look up every now and again and go, oh shit, need to pay attention. But I definitely gonna give it a 4 out of 5. Will I watch it again? I probably am going to have to, just because there's some shit that I did miss and I want to see it.
Well, you're probably because you were on your phone.
Oh, shut up,
jackass.
Fucker.
Whatever. So I give it a 4.5. Both of you guys give it 5, so that gives the total score of 4.75. Not quite the perfect movie.
Nah,
It's a 4.8.
You're the only one that brought it down, so there you go.
Whatever, 4.8.
You know what? And that's because this movie has a fucking body count. I think I count 10 different people, not counting the schoolboys in the bus. That jumps it up to about 18 people that die in this fucking movie.
Also, we're rating on body count now.
No, I'm just saying, like, I started thinking about it earlier today, and I was like, God damn, there's a lot of people that fucking die in this movie.
There
like,
are 30 on. There are 30 on screen or implied.
Oh, because
death
of the orgy. Okay,
Yep.
Okay,
that's what it was. Yeah,
shit, that's messed up.
Yeah,
that's higher than all the 80s slasher movies individually. None of them come close to that.
But
just saying.
So again, I will probably end up watching it again. Probably not till next Halloween, but I enjoyed it for what it was. That will conclude this review of Trick or Treat. To get ahead of the schedule, because we have a couple of new movies coming out in November. We have the new Predator movie coming out, and then we have The Running Man, which is supposed to be closer to the book than the Schwarzenegger version was. And I'm curious to see what this is going to look like. But we will do a Thanksgiving movie. We'll be doing, and that'll be coming out the very last week of November. We'll be reviewing Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, and it seems fitting. Scuba brought this up before we hit record with the John Candy documentary out there. It makes sense to have this movie. This is such a heartfelt, and it's not your typical John Hughes movie. It's not about teenagers; it's about adults, and about loss. And apparently, there's a quick cameo by Kevin Bacon, who is in another John Hughes movie. I forget.
Right in the beginning.
Yeah, and it almost got a rated X rating because of the one scene in the movie, and we'll talk about that later on. Yeah. But we'll be talking about Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. But that won't drop until the end of November. We'll record it this weekend. That being said, Psycho, promote your shit.
Well, I'm actually dropping a new episode either today or tomorrow. I just got done editing it. Just need to do the finalizations, and it's good to go for my Psycho Nerd podcast. So be sure to check that out. And I already have a few others in the chamber that I'm currently working on. So just trying to get in a little bit of a groove here. I'm working on it.
So hold on, you're saying there's a new episode dropping soon?
Go ahead and play your little soundbite, whatever it is.
Yeah. Wow.
Can you see this? Can you see it?
For those that are listening, not watching, he's giving me the bird. He's keeping up with the puppet. Yeah.
And I'm doing it John Cena style. Right there.
Scuba, promote yo shit and give us all those nicknames.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, as always, I'm your host with the ghost, the prince of the paranormal, the duke of the dead, the dean of the deceased, the ghost daddy himself, Lord Scuba Cabra. Saying you can follow me on TikTok at Lord_Scuba Cabra. Follow Apex Championship Entertainment if you like wrestling. If you want to hear some spooky stuff, go ahead and either watch or listen to Somewhat Supernatural. If you love horror movies, every Monday you can tune into the Gore and More podcast on YouTube and Facebook. And then you can find all of our past audio only episodes on Spotify. Let's see. Also, go ahead and if you want to check out my voice acting debut, head on over to the YouTube page of Jake Carlini on his newest video. and I play the Toad of Wisdom. It starts at about the 11:45 mark. Just start watching from there so you get the full concept of what's going on.
It's pretty fucking funny, actually.
And so
that's all you need to watch, right?
Yeah. Yep,
that's fucking funny. You're not going to promote the Crypt of Cringe?
Oh, and the Crypt of Cringe. Mel and I will be recording another episode. So by the time this podcast comes out, we should have 2 new episodes out.
Yeah. And again, I am the Zodiac. Besides this podcast, The Real Movie Viewers, which you can find on YouTube, obviously, if you're watching, or on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. I have not done that yet. I will do that probably over the weekend. But you can also listen to my other podcast if you're a fan of WWE, the Zodiac Podcast. We talk nothing but WWE, talk Raw, SmackDown, PLEs, all that good shit. That you can just Google the Zodiac Podcast. You'll find us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music. I always say that. Apple Podcast. God damn it. And we also have a Facebook and a TikTok page as well. All of that shit you can Google. Or for you high-tech people, that QR code right over here that, oh my God, my finger's gone. Oh no. If you do that, that'll take you to my link tree and it takes you to everything.
His OnlyFans, his Patreon, all that good stuff.
But my OnlyFans, they pay me to put my clothes back on because I'm a bit of a fat kid. So there's some weird people out there though. Let me see your belly button. Like, okay, sure.
It's like in fucking Dodgeball when they're trying to do the
car wash.
The car wash and that fucking redneck sitting there fucking with his belly button.
Yeah, get a little bit deeper there, boy. But for the Psycho Nerd and Laura Scuba Carver, I am the Zodiac. This has been the Real Movie Critics. And until we see you again, happy ghouling. It's still Halloween season, so happy ghouling.
Real Movie Critics. Yeah.
Wait, that's right. There's another tradition. Very important. Always check your candy.